Hi there, I'm Deborah Arneson, licensed clinical nutritionist, and I'm back to share information with you. I'm also the creator of the Planet Lean app, which for those of you who would like to lose some toxic body fat, this is 1 pound of body fat. Whoa, baby. That's a pound. It's a lot. It's goopy. It's big. There's nothing pretty in a fat cell. There's nothing healthy in a fat cell. So today we're talking about how to build your immunity, since this whole COVID thing is all about building immunity and no one's really addressing it. So we're here to put some tools in your toolkit and make sure that you are prepared and your body is strong, willing, and able to fight whatever may come its way. So the first thing we want to talk about is lowering your risk. Today is the first of I think an 8 or 9 part series, but it's about lowering your risk over the next 8 to 9 weeks so that you can be prepared for the fall. The first thing you need to do is look at what your water source is. And no, coffee does not count as water. Alcohol does not count as water. Soda pops don't count as water. Juice boxes do not count as water, nor does a beer. So this is pure clean water. My favorite is Acqua Panna. It is a spring-fed water out of Italy, and I have to tell you it has a CB rating, which is extraordinary. The only way you're going to get a consistent B rating is if you drink baby bottle water for baby formulas, which I think is produced by Gerber or Johnson & Johnson. Very expensive, crazy. Get this, a lot cheaper. And get it by the case, or use a water purification system. I love the AquaTrue, which you can get online for around, I think, $300. It's a lot of money, but it's well worth it because the filters are affordable. You change them every 6 months, and the water is incredible and gets out 83 different noxious, toxic chemicals, which is wonderful. So water, number one, drink enough. How much is enough? Ideally, you want to take your weight, and your weight may be, say, 100 pounds. Multiply that times 0.075 to find out how many 8-ounce cups you need personally per day. That would be about 7.5 cups of water. Seems like a lot, I know. Don't drink it crazy out of the starting gate fast. Work your way up to it. And just see what the miracles that happen. Aches and pains tend to go away with enough hydration. Detoxing improves with enough ample clean water, not toxic water. And a lot of the water we're all drinking is pretty polluted. We have tons of chemicals, pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides coming in from the groundwater that we're sourcing our water from. So you want to make sure you clean up that water if you're going to continue to drink it. So number one, water. You want it to be alkaline. So you can check it with a pH strip and see how acidic it is, the same way you check your fish water tanks. And make sure that it's not too acidic. If it is, you need to alkalize. And there are plenty of products out there that will help you to do that. Fiber, really important. Americans are supposed to get 30 grams of fiber a day. How are you supposed to do that? Well, there are 3 types of fiber. The first is what we call water soluble. And water soluble fibers literally swell in water. They get bigger. And in the creation of that water soluble fiber mix, you create healthy probiotics, which is a good bacterium that repopulates the entire intestinal tract. And you need all 3 of these types of fibers, so don't think you can just do one and not eat your vegetables. You need all of them, and we'll explain why. That being said, this is my favorite. It's called Quantum Fiber, and it is a compilation of different fibers. It has like oat bran in it, it has rice bran, it has apple fiber, cellulose, pectin, and some antioxidants. So it's a very hypoallergenic product, and many people are discovering as they get older and we have more genetically modified viruses in our food chain that they have allergies, or allergies are popping up in their elder years. So repopulate your gut with a really good fiber. This is by a company called Metagenics. Also, the other fiber we want to look at is cellulose fiber, and cellulose fiber comes from scrubby, crunchy vegetables, and this type of fiber goes into your GI tract and your arteries and your arterial system and your veins, and it scrubs out garbage. So it takes plaque away. It's like a little Brillo for the arterial system. So you want to look at fibers like, this is broccoli. No, it's not real, it's plastic, but it's broccoli. So literally this is about a cup of broccoli, and this is going to yield about 2 grams of fiber. Again, we need to get at least 10 grams from vegetables a day. So by all means, try to eat more vegetables. All the best with that. The other type of fiber would be called pectin fiber, and pectin fiber comes from skins on fruits and vegetables, and also the little seeds in strawberries and blackberries and blueberries and things like that will help to give you a little more fiber in your gut too. But literally doing something like this when you're on the go, which is like applesauce. This is organic because we want something with a thin skin, not to be sprayed with pesticides because those are carcinogenic. But applesauce would be good, but the actual apple would be better. So if you can get apple with the skin on it and consume an apple a day, oh my gosh, now you're getting 3 more grams of fiber. So you want to look at your fiber intake, and then next and most importantly, to build a healthy body and lower your risk of having a very acidic pH so you attract viruses and bacteria. You want to make sure that you're getting your essential fatty acids into the system. In the world of fats and oils, there are good, there are bad, and there are ugly. So let's start with the uglies. Those are the hydrogenated trans fats that you'll see like on those pork rinds in the store that keep that product on the shelf for 6 months to a year without it spoiling. These are just nasty, man-made, laboratory-created garbage. So if you see hydrogenated, partially hydrogenated, get rid of it. That's number one. Number two, we have the bad, which would be too much of any one thing, like too much bacon and too much saturated fats from animal sources. So you want to get a higher ratio of your omega-3s and 6s, which are good for you, and those are from mono and plant oils. So something like this is a fish oil. So this is Pro, I don't know if you can see that, Pro DHA. This has both DHA and EPA, which is found in cold water fish for those of you who do not like fish. These are hormone builders, brain builders, pH like pacifiers, which makes your pH a little more neutral. You also have Primrose Oil. This is another really good company. And Primrose Oil, this says EPO. So this is a Primrose Oil, which is an omega-6, which is excellent. These are omega-3s. You want to make sure you have a 50-50 ratio of your omega-3s to 6s at the very least, not too many omega-6s. This would be a combination of omega-3 and 6. This is a coconut oil that's organically processed, and this is an omega-3 and 6 with a very little bit of saturation in it, but that saturation is counterbalanced by a huge percentage of this oil being high in omega-3s and 6s. And then you have things like cashew butters, right? So raw would be the key word. Cashew nut butters would be awesome for you. If you could do that every day, like a teaspoon or 2 or 3, you'll be in a great place. Tablespoons would be even better. So we're talking about lowering your risk of developing and creating a gorgeous habitat for bacteria, viruses, molds, funguses to move into, and the way you do that is by eating incorrectly. I know it sounds too simple to be believed, but what you put in your mouth is going to create the landscape that's going to benefit you or not. You either create an ugly landscape that grows weeds and allows all kinds of pests and things and bacteria and viruses to move in, or you alter your landscape throughout your bloodstream, throughout your gut, building your immune system by staying away from the things that are going to harm you and put you at risk for being the perfect host for something that you do not want to visit. I'm Deborah Arneson, bringing you Lower Your Risk, Throw Yourself a Lifeline. I hope this helps, and you can just start by practicing a little bit every day. If you don't eat vegetables, get a cup in every day. I don't care if you puree them and make them into a soup, but by all means, start introducing live, wholesome foods as your healer into your system so that you can beat whatever comes along. Until next time, stay healthy and well. God bless.